and halfway through the refurbishment of our old cottage there in Godagrai, the kitchen part was stripped back to the bare walls. I mean, very thick, these walls, absolutely enormous. The actual work involved to get back to the stone itself was quite heavy. But the main purpose of this was to insert holes in the wall to allow for the new joists to be fixed. And I had a couple of quotes, as you do with this sort of thing. And this chap stood there in his smart grey suit from Swansea, referred to by our locals as the old Swansea Jack, with his briefcase and shiny suits, and said, "Okay, Mr. Cairns, this is going to cost you a couple of grand." With that, the boys who were not very far away, in earshot, and the reply from them was, "Tell him to go on his way, Joe. We'll do it for you." And they did. Not for £2,000, but for a tenner and a couple of cans of beer. Not that I was capitalising on this, but this was a wonderful display of humanity here, which surely can't be ignored in their time of struggle again, to do this sort of thing. And they did, and did it well. And, you know, I remember my first meeting with these lads, some youngsters, some middle-aged, some elderly, in the local pub, which was then the Innismeadow Arms, still is now, but it's not the same, it's much bigger and more modern. But in those days you had the log fire, and you had the pasties in the oven, and the cow, the smell of cow from Tom's wife, Anne, who ran the pub then. It was a wonderful old pub. And of course, me going there as an outsider for the first time, well, it was quite a daunting experience, I can tell you. And to see these men who, not in the pub drinking, but nursing a glass of lemonade or a cup of tea, you know, and just being part of that community, being involved in that, really to make your way into that community as an outsider was no mean feat. And I was welcomed there, and the feeling of warmth in the pub itself, and the atmosphere of these poor guys who were obviously struggling with funds, and their families short of money, and no money coming in, and yet there I was amongst these people, young and old, welcoming open arms, chatting, telling their stories, offering help, telling tales of Godagrai and Ponadowie. We all know Godagrai, the moving village, the moving mountain, the tales that were told around the fire, and to see them in the streets with the bonfires going, clapping their hands in the cold, struggling, thinking of what's going to happen. Are they going to survive this? This strike played a big part in their lives. It took a lot away, as we all know. You can see the valleys now, and the result of the strike. But I was part of that time there. My wife and I were part of that time. My children experienced it. They often talk about it. So, all in all, in essence, these people asked me for nothing, and they gave all. So they survived the strike. They got through it, as humans do. But these people, I can say, in their heart, in my heart, they will live forever.